some ice. For this one's a 30-degree day, so hotter than yesterday. Haven't planned to do anything with it other than get some ice so I can keep my food and drink cold. Gonna go find some trees, probably in Belston now. See, I thought I was gonna get ice in the home village, but they didn't have ice, so I was just jumping from shop to shop trying to find that ice. Sometimes you're not going to be able to buy it on a hot day like this because everyone's trying to buy it. I was just over at the fuel station where they got a big parking, it's open 24 hours, but they got this grass park next to it, and they call it overflow parking, and they've opened up the grass parking for cars, and they're like, I mean, it's a hot heatwave day, 30 degrees. They're like caravans and cars just parked in this grassy field parking under the sun. No trees or anything, no shade. They've just thought, oh, hottest day of the year, let's go in this overflow parking. We can park on the grass. And, you know, it's families and kids and different people like that, but like, why? I don't know. I think it just seems dumb to me that, you know, the hottest day of the year you come out and you just park under the sun. You could say, oh, I make my own shade using my vehicle or a tarp or something, but that doesn't really work. That's not a very strong, how do you say it, strong shade. That's not a very powerful shade, a powerful way of blocking the sun, rather than being under trees where you've got a large area of shade. So like when you make a small area of shade just around your car or your tent, like you're just surrounded by hot air, and then, I mean, you can get under the shade so that the direct sun isn't hitting you, but you can't escape the actual general overall heat of the area you're in, unless you were to come to a place where there are lots of trees, and then the overall area you're in, you know, the amount of shade like adds up to a larger area of coolness, which they're just not getting. Maybe they don't understand that they're not getting it if they just put a little Land Rover roof between them and the sun and a little bit of material. I understand people going to the beaches because then they can get in the sea. I mean, it doesn't stop you getting sunburnt, but it will cool you down. But it is out in the open, so the direct sun is on you for most of it. It's on your head at least, head and shoulders. But yeah, why aren't other people like me flocking to the trees rather than just being out in the open, in the sunshine? I don't understand. I kind of can't believe this. I'm in Belston now, and 3 times in a row I've sought out places under the trees to hide from the sun in this heat wave, and there have always been horses. And I just parked up here thinking, well, there's not going to be horses here. There's never been horses here. Why would there be horses? And there's fucking horses. There's like 5 or 6 horses. I've never even seen them in Belston before, to my knowledge. What the fuck? I'm just gonna go out tomorrow like, oh, I better pick a brand new spot to hide from the sun. And there's gonna be horses there, isn't there? For some reason, coincidentally, I am parking near every horse on Dartmoor each day. Brenamoor Common in Belston Village. Redux, dry glance. We'll see if we can get to that pond. We might even see if we can cross the bog as well. Now then. If you guys will remember my last video from here, this was very wet. I wanted to do a quick exploration hike in, must have been the winter, just to see what was here, and it was just so boggy and marshy that we couldn't get through anywhere. We couldn't get through here, and we couldn't get through up there to get through all the puddles and marsh to get to, there's a large pond and a large common here. But today 30-degree heatwave day in summer. I expect everything to be dry, or we'll see if this place is naturally marshy all year round, I guess. So here's the stepping stones, which I probably don't need today. Let's see if I can just walk off. Yeah, see, I'm just wandering around the marsh now, which used to be just a big swamp. It's cool that I can go into what used to be just an impassable mess, and I can get quite far. That's pretty cool. So no need for the stepping stones today, but these have been put in for winter, and they're not actually any good for winter because where they stop, I think it just becomes too boggy anyway. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. We got cut off where the stepping stones stopped. Remember this? The hexagonal stone? Not so wet now, is it? I don't know why I'm walking along the stepping stones even. I can even go here, which was just a swamp, an inaccessible swamp before. And so was all that out there. It does seem dry at the moment. It's lovely. It's lovely and dry. I could just go like anywhere that used to be a pile of bog. Let's just walk off into what used to be a bogland. And you can just go there. That's excellent. Everything is accessible. Got these little lilac flowers here, very cute. Got some yellow flowers down there with the rushes, like these bog plants. They love growing in the bogs, but today they're probably not very happy, but I am. Relatively. And here we are. Like, I managed to get across past the stepping stones, and I've not been completely slimed by mud. And there are other people walking out here too. And so there's big ponds over there. I wonder if they're dried up, because I came to see the actual ponds that are on this common. Maybe they don't even exist. Let's see if we can find any water that way. There's a raised platform thing here. Let's use that maybe. Swampy, swampy, swampy. Someone's house on the edge of the boggy common, and I think there might be footpaths in that direction. Oh, another horse. Lots of horses. Wherever I go, horses. I went Brenamoor area, there's just a horde of horses. Right, let's try this raised platform and see if there is, in fact, a pond still. Lots of whatever this is. They're not buttercups. There's something small with a bit of orange in them actually. Oh look, it's a little track to the edge of the common there. And there is a pond. Oh, and it's still got water in it. Cool, I might go over there in a minute. Let's go to the pond because it's actually not that far. You like them? Oh, not such of an impasse now. I feel like I've acquired victory against nature or something. I'm able to go where nature cut me off from going in the winter months. Still a bit too hot for major hikes today. This is only a little hike, a short distance from where I've parked in the village. I'm not sure about a larger hike. Can't imagine doing something like, I think that's Cosden Beacon, in heat like this, or a ton of public footpaths where you're just going to encounter nettles and brambles and ticks and stuff. Look at this. The pond, it did not dry up. This is what we missed last time. It still exists. even in the hot. It is a proper pond. There is a big ass dragonfly. A couple of them actually. Can I get close to this one? No, it'll fly away. Hump. You can sort of see them, they're all over here actually. Lots of, those are damselflies, so they're kind of cute. That's a horrific dragonfly. Ah, they're so massive. Blue and green, I like the colours though. Fucking terrifying though. They also have the like War of the Worlds Martian eyes, you know. It's a honeycomb green eyes. And those crispy sounds they make. God, there's so many. Let's try and get close to these dragonflies so I can like maybe get them on the GoPro. Depends how close I can get to the water and where it becomes wet, I suppose. This is where they're flying around. Will they fly around now I'm here? They're mating. They're doing that thing where they put the tail on the head to mate. Oh. And they drag the other, they fly together and drag each other around. Isn't that a weird way of mating? Like the tail is just in the back of the head, and then they just like, when they get spooked, they fly off together locked in that way, and they're both flying. Like riding a tandem bicycle or something. That's so weird. Can you see it? Can you see them on that little leaf there? Wait, I can extend the pole. Maybe I'll extend the pole. Oh. Nature! They're getting more action than me anyway. Can I go this direction around the pond? This is like extreme bogland, or it would be normally, if you can tell. Look, is that the sphagnum moss? It's all dried up, that alien sponge moss. Rushes, reeds, and it looks like the horses have come through here. I might be able to orbit. I haven't noticed any of the bogs being wet yet. I'm trying to go around the water's edge. And we tried to come up from the cattle grid there, so this is a route. I think we got cut off near the tree by oversaturation of water when we tried that second attempt there. So this is what it would have looked like coming from there. It's a marvellous pond. Look, it's got little pink flowers floating in it on lily pads. And an island. It's a lovely pond. Not very blue though. And the sky's not very blue to reflect in there. Well, I mean, it's kind of light blue. It's hazy. Bluish white. I think if the sky was like darker blue, as in no haze, so the blue comes through darker, that would reflect in the water and the pond would look at its best there, considering it's basically brown with blue reflections. Let's look over here, the pinky flowers floating in it. That's cool. Oh, very serene. Thumbnail out of that. A good thing is I can put the camera on a pole and get some shots where I can't walk. Is that a rowan up there? Why are the berries all dark brown? This is meant to be their season. I saw a lovely rowan when I was up with Max the other day on top of Shaptor. I mean, I saw it, but I walked past it and forgot to get a close-up picture of it. But they're meant to look way better than this. They're meant to have their red berries now. Why are they brown? Let's hope that's like an early stage berry and not a late stage berry. Are those pinky ones lighter? They might be. Someone's private field, but looks pretty to poke your head in. By which I mean view from a distance. And there's a bit of shade here, a lovely little shade with some breeze in fact. If I could park my car here, it would be lovely, but no. Dragonfly pond. Is this a birch? Silver birch. And what's over here? How much of the common is this direction? Let's walk away from the pond in this direction a little bit. Oak. Now that we're able to even explore Brenamoor Common, let's do so and see what is around here that is pretty much completely inaccessible when it's wet. More little farmer fields. This is a beautiful farmer field because look, there's like the tall pink ones in a bush there, surrounded by islands of little yellow flower tufts, white flower tufts, the upright yellow flowers on stalks, and whatever the red thing is that the flowers of dock leaves maybe? All sorts of varied, colourful stuff in there. And sandy soil. I don't like these electrical telegraph lines. I'll probably stay away from those. That's the corner of the compound over there. We've got some kind of track. It looks a bit like car tracks. I think I'll follow the car track thing. I can see the corner of the compound, then there's a wall. Another farmer field gate. Mysterious stuff behind the trees over there though. And here, looking towards the thick trees, there is where the car park is. That house is the one we saw earlier, and that is Hyator and Belston Tor to the right of it. We're coming across a gravelly track with big stones. That seems to go to the house. Might use that to get back. Where does this go? Does this go up into the corner? Oh, there's like a secret trackway near the corner of the field that I didn't see before. Again, must be farm access, I think. That's the corner of the field. That's the gate to someone else's field over there. The mystery stuff behind the trees would be here. I think it's mainly just the wall edge of the compound. I believe this is all public access though. The bit that we're in is public access with all the swamps and stuff. Not that it matters, you can only get to it in summer. Yeah, walled compound. I think there's one or two public footpaths, or maybe a road that goes down there. And I think that goes alongside the cliff tour. You know, we did a bunch of public footpaths there. It ends up at that weird town, which I can't remember the name of. I'll put it on the screen if I remember it. Well, it's a good thing I can go in the marsh at the moment, because there's a car very slowly coming down the track. So I can't actually go on the track. Oh, now I can. I wonder if there's a sign down here. I'm trying to remember the name of that place that's down there. We stopped off at it. We went through it like twice, I think. Here's where these guys live. Maybe the horses belong to one of these houses and they have stables. Nice thatched roof up there. More telegraph lines. looking like something out of War of the Worlds. Are there any signs? I thought I'd get to see a road sign which would help me, but I can't see any. I don't know if that's parking or what down there. What is that? It's still on the common bit. It might be just parking because it's like someone's house or something, like backing out onto the public access land. Yeah, this just ends in a field gate. It's probably used for those residences, to be honest. Whatever that town is, it's down there. I've just noticed this road here, I'm pretty sure this road just goes into Belston proper, so I might just walk this to get back rather than do what we've already seen and go around those horses on the stepping stones in the bog, which is dried. Let's go down here, see if there's anything special on the way. Cool old wall. Well, some of it's old. Oh yes, well there's something. Love to see it, love to see it. Good on you for the England flag. Hopefully it's not just there because of football. There's some swifts or swallows up here. Or there was. We've got an old Victorian gas lamp lamppost. This house has its own cattle grid. I guess just to stop horses getting in. Horses? I can't pronounce horses. Horses? That's not how you say that. That's not how you say that word. Sounds like I'm saying, yeah, get the cattle grid to stop the horse getting in. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I think the car park must be behind this field, maybe. Yeah, I think I see the cars like 2 fields away. Yep, I think we're going on into Belston now. Interesting house. Houses. I like the plant that's growing up on the walls. Look at this old cottage. I love this old cottage here. That's beautiful. The old stone walls. The cottage itself looks old. The window frames don't. Looks like they've got new glass and wood around them, but the overall look is old style. I like it. And the ivy on this one. Loads of ivy on the walls. What's this? A rusting loose gate. What's that? Don't really know what that is. We're on Dartmoor Way right now. And this is a twisty turny bit that leads to that car parking where you can see the Tors and the valley of the river Tor. Oh, this is called Belston Cross, apparently. Skegg, there we go. There's a street sign I needed. It's called Skegg, that village down there. This is about as far as we're going into Belston today. We'll go around this little tight bend that is interesting for cars to try and get through. There's this random rock here. Is that meant to be there? A step to nowhere. Look at this, bit of Tudor on this house here. The black and white bars. Okay, and I think I see the car park over there. Right guys, thanks for joining me on this quick return and a circuit of Brenamoor Common, or Brenamoor, however you want to say it. Just on the edges of Belston, this little public access swamp land. Best visited in summer. Nice little pond in there though. Thank you for watching. Just had another little walk down there on Brenamoor Common. It's pretty to walk through. It's really nice to look around and walk through, and everything's dry, but it's just you can't do it for very long because it's swelteringly hot. So you find yourself getting hot in like 5 minutes, bam, and you have to like work your way back to the shade or the car or something. And there's like clouds, I don't know if you can really see them actually, but there's like bubbly clouds coming out of the haze near the horizon. They look like the sort of post-rain clouds you get, but smaller and further away, and they're like orangey, they're like peach coloured. It's really peculiar.